Hi, I'm Skylar Lambert. I am a double diamond leader with It Works Global, and I'm here to tell you my story. I signed up to be a distributor for It Works because I tried the product, I got the wrap on, and I absolutely loved it. Um, I knew I just couldn't afford to become a loyal customer. I had no money at the time. My husband and I had just had our second child, and during that pregnancy, around 8 weeks, I started having contractions, so I was put on bed rest very soon on in my pregnancy. That means that I couldn't work. I literally laid in bed for 7 months and I could only get up to use the bathroom. My mom had to come up here and help me take care of my daughter, and it was a really hard time for me and my husband because we had just bought our first home and he had just bought a new car right before I found out I was pregnant again. So he was working really hard to try to make ends meet, but they just weren't coming together. He was bringing in a decent paycheck, but it wasn't even covering all of our bills, so things started going unpaid. There was a point where our electricity got shut off, and we missed a few house payments, and then they were trying to come get his car because we missed a couple of car payments, and it was a really rough time. And I remember just thinking, like, how am I going to get food on the table tonight? I was feeding my daughter corn dogs and peanut butter and jelly every night, and I just knew that that wasn't the way that I wanted to live for the rest of my life. And then I was bringing someone else into this. I was bringing another life into this mess that I felt like I had created. I felt like a burden to my family because I couldn't contribute. And so after I had my child, we found out about these crazy wrap things, and I wanted to try one, but I knew I couldn't afford it, so I just asked my mom for the money, and she paid for my wrap that night, and my results were amazing. I was 2 weeks postpartum, so a lot of it went away, and after I tried the wrap, I was like, I really want some of these. So my mom was like, let's just sign up to be distributors, and that'll cover us making money, will cover the money that we're putting out for our products every month. So I was like, okay, let me ask my husband. So I asked my husband, Corey, if I could sign up to be a distributor, and he said, no way. He said, you're not an entrepreneur. You're never going to be. You need to give up that idea, because I had previously tried with another company. And he told me no. So I told my mom that he said no, and she told me she would loan me the money. She gave me $99 to start, and when I even presented that to him, he still said no. And I finally was like, come on, my mom's giving me the money, just let me do it. And he's like, okay, but if a dime comes out of my bank account, you're done. So I saved all my wrap cash I made from my first party. I didn't spend a dime of it. I used that for my next month's shipment, and from there it just took off. Um, I went to boot camp, and if you haven't been to an event, you need to get to one, because events are what will change your business. I went to boot camp in July, and after I came home from that, I was so on fire that I just took off. My checks started growing a lot. I went from making like no money at all to making more than what I was making substitute teaching and working a side job at a restaurant. By December, I was able to quit both of my jobs and do this full time, and now I have quadrupled what my husband makes in 1 year's time. We are planning on getting a new house, and we have so many plans for the future. I'm planning on retiring him, hopefully by the end of the year, maybe the beginning of next year. But things are just growing so quickly for us. This has changed our lives 100%. We no longer live paycheck to paycheck, and I remember last Christmas was the first Christmas I could afford to buy presents for my family and for my children. Normally my mom would have to buy my daughter Christmas presents, but last year, which was my son's first Christmas, we were able to buy them the things that they would like, and it felt really good to be able to do that for my family. And we've paid off over $10,000 in debt this year. We just keep paying off our debt. This company is all about being debt free, and that's exactly what our goal is. Our goal is to get out of debt and be financially free. My husband is really, really excited about this now. His attitude has changed a lot about it. He started seeing the paychecks come in, and he became a believer in the company. And now he is a diamond and I'm a double diamond, and it's just really exciting what this business has done for our lives. I know there's a lot of people out there that maybe you haven't heard my story. maybe you didn't realize how rough my life was before I started this company, but I just want you to know that if you're in the same situation that I was a year ago, there is hope for you, and you can get out of that situation. Even though it looks like you're in this deep, dark hole and there's no light, there is. You can get help. So if this sounds like something that you need help with, that is why I'm here. I feel like God has put me on this earth to help people that were in the same situation that we were. 2 kids and no money and not being able to pay for groceries and to keep the lights on is a really scary situation, and it's a situation that I will never have to go back to. I don't want anybody to have to deal with that kind of stuff. So if you feel like this is the opportunity that you've been waiting for, I'm here to tell you that it is, and you can do this. So if you want, contact me. My phone number is 812-821-8164, and I'm really excited to help you start your future and get your business going. Thanks.